I think the idea of deterring Putin from invading Ukraine, deterring him by the United States, would have required the commitment of U.S. military forces, and I think that would have risked armed conflict with Russia.
General White Rage Milley claiming Vladimir Putin was undeterrable. But Joe Biden's team repeatedly told Americans that Biden's threat of sanctions would deter Putin. Joining me now, Hoover Institution senior fellow and author of Dying Citizen, How Progressive Elites, Tribalism, and Globalism Are Destroying the Idea of America, the great Victor Davis Hanson. Great to see you as always, sir. You know, Putin was deterred for 4 years with President Donald J. Trump as the leader of the free world. Biden's team said sanctions would work. Then when they didn't, then Biden claimed they were never intended to work. It seems to me the Biden regime lives off of their uninformed base and a dishonest press and lie after lie after lie. Where am I going wrong here?
I think that's mostly it. I mean, you get the impression listening to General Milley that no longer is white rage or white supremacy the main threat to the United States as it was last year. In other words, it's after Afghanistan, we have no deterrence left. So we can have all of the impressive gadgetry and high-tech weapons in the world, but if we either don't know how to use them or don't know when to use them or why we're using them, and that was the case in Afghanistan, I think Vladimir Putin made a cost-to-benefit analysis, and he thought, you know what, this is a rare moment in American history. We've got a challenged president, we've got a woke military, and I think he miscalculated, but I think he thought he could go in there without any ramifications, especially when we forget that Biden did not sell offensive weapons in his own administration. He was against them during the Obama administration, but he canceled Harpoon missiles. He put a stay on javelins. He's recalibrated all that and said that's not true. But that was you go back and look at the Wall Street Journal's op-eds in last autumn, and they were begging him to sell Ukraine weapons.
Well, U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, this just shows the naivete, Victor, of this administration. The Deputy Secretary of State says sanctions on Russia give China, quote, a good understanding of the consequences if they support Moscow. But you and I both know the United States doesn't have the same leverage with sanctions on China as we do Russia. Is it bluster, lies, incompetence, or just a mixture of all three that plagues the Biden State Department?
You know, that question's been asked of almost everything: the border, inflation, energy. Is it incompetence? Is it meanness, cruelty? Or is it just ideology that they're so anti-empirical and ideological driven? They don't really care about the consequences, because everybody knows that the Russian economy is just, you know, it's smaller than Canada, smaller than South Korea. So sanctions will be far more effective than China, that's approaching, 70% of our economy. And we all know that Biden cut back energy, and he denies that. We all know he wouldn't, as I said, sell offensive weapons. And we all know that one of the worst things you can do as a president is to use that invective, murderer, war criminal, butcher, bully, and then not back it up with deterrence. And so you lose both ways. You aggravate a cornered enemy and you insult him, but you don't have the wherewithal to follow through on your threats.
True, and he sat there and watched Obama do it for 8 years, so I guess he thought he could get away with it. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz sparred with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin yesterday. Gaetz blasting Austin and the military brass for embracing wokeism you mentioned. Watch.
Socialism. The fact that you're embarrassed by your country.
Oh no! I'm embarrassed by your leadership. I am not embarrassed for my country. That is so disgraceful that you would sit here and conflate your failures with the failures of the uniformed service members.
You know, Victor, as gratifying as that is to see, we're still left with a military force that is falling in effectiveness as foreign enemies are increasing in their threat level. What's your take?
Well, I think something's wrong at 1-star to 4-star. I think we have a revolving generals, and they have to emulate the woke ideology because they look to retire and go to work for Raytheon, as Austin did, or General Dynamics or Lockheed, and then they sell their knowledge of the acquisitions labyrinth to the highest bidder. And they're politicized because they can't afford to be empirical because there's no market for them in the woke corporations. But from colonel down, we have a very good military. The problem is that when you go out and demonize them, as Austin did, and as Milley did, and you say white supremacy, white rage, and you don't bring any evidence to back that up, then you're saying that proportional representation matters and that our military will look on every aspect of its operations like America. Then you tell that group, okay, 75% of you, since we're percentage obsessed, of all the deaths in Iraq and Afghanistan on average were white males, and yet you only make up 33% of the population, and yet you're under suspicion for not serving your country because you suffer from white rage. So that those generations of the white working class, mostly rural, many southern, said, you know, if I'm going to be accused of being a racist when I die in twice my numbers in a numbers-obsessed Pentagon, then I'm not going to enlist. And so we're starting to see a fallout in those families that traditionally supplied the people on the front lines in combat units.
That is so astute, so astute. And you pegged Milley, you pegged Austin, and that woke brass so very well. Victor Davis Hanson, always enjoy the visit, sir. Come back soon.